Hey everybody, it's Tesla here again. Here, let me put my nice little logo. Okay, so here's Tesla here again. I'm turning around. I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I learned on bending PVC pipe for different parts in cosplay. I've actually got my camera set up this time instead of using my phone, so it should come out a lot better. Keeping my face out of it because y'all don't want to see that ugliness. So, alright, few very simple tools that you're going to need on this. I've put a little cheap piece of chipboard down. You can use plywood, any type of wood, just something that'll be a nice solid base that you can put screws into. Okay, I'm eventually going to make me a pegboard, a thicker pegboard, because I've got different projects I'm going to be using this technique on and set up for different jigs. But for today, this will work. This is only like half-inch chipboard, and in case if I go through it, I'm on top of my EVA foam mat that I keep on my workbench, which makes a good cutting surface, just so you know right there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to explain this step by step. So you get your PVC pipe. Now I've already got this pre-cut, and this is going to be the linchpin of this whole operation. This is a door spring, like for your screen doors. Okay, you see how flexible it is? Okay, now this will slide right inside the half-inch PVC pipe, if you can see that, half-inch, and just slides right in there. Okay, so I've got this measured out, and what I've done is I've put a bolt at one side. Okay, it slides back and forth. I just put it through the ring, put a little nut on it. Okay, so that's side one. Now I come to the other side, just another bolt, slide it through to keep it in place. Oop. Sitting here, I'm trying to look at the camera video screen and what I'm doing. It's not working, so I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing. Okay, so now this is through and it's on the pipe. Alright, what I'm going to do is draw a simple curve. Okay, very simple, you know, nothing major. What I've done is, because I've got a commission that I'm working on, and I've bent this piece. Now it doesn't look like much, but it's actually the front piece of a visor, and this is actually going to be airflow for the person inside of it. I've still got to bend the sides, but I've got to finish my jig up before I can finish that and mount it to the helmet. So what we're going to do here is, all you're going to need is your pipe, your spring, marker, your board, a good heat gun with high setting, and a drill. Okay, the drill, you know, that's basically okay. My workbench is a little messy. Okay, now I'm going to want to start this not even with the curve, and you're going to see why. Okay, so I want okay, I messed up there. Okay, I almost forgot because of how I want to fasten this. Okay, alright, now do you see how I've done this? I've got two pegs on what's going to be the inside edge and one peg on the outside edge. Okay, now I just now looked at it, and I'm going to want to secure that. So 2 and 2. Okay, so this is an anchor point. Okay, you don't want that moving. Alright, what I'm going to do is kind of line them up there. Alright, so I shouldn't need the drill anymore right now. Okay. Now, this is not anything exact. This is just to show you how the technique works. So I'm not getting technical. Now, when you want to do it, the best way to do it would be a solid wood jig or curve. But the pegboard technique works great. I've used this before on bending other materials, but we kept having stuff like the PVC pipe kept collapsing. We did it to heat up like some vinyl tubing and stuff like that we could keep upright, and it was flexible enough, but we had to heat it to curve it and then cool it. But I started thinking about the PVC. Now what's going to happen is that spring inside will actually flex with it, but because it's round inside of it, it's going to keep that PVC from collapsing when you bend. So if you've ever tried to bend stuff like that, you notice how it starts flattening out, especially when you go around the curves. This is going to keep it from doing that. So basically all you do is you guys start heating it up and work in sections. Oh, I just realized one important step. And I realized that as my hand was getting hot, get you some decent work gloves. I almost forgot. My side of my hand started getting really hot because it's over by the PVC. So you're going to want something that's going to protect you. Now these are rubberized gloves and everything else. I use these. They're fairly tough. You can get these at a hardware store, I think about $5 to $10 range. You can wear mechanics gloves, the off brands, whatever. I like wearing these. They give me a good grip when I'm working and stuff. Now the spring is going to cost you about $3 to $4 if I remember right. Okay. I just noticed something. One of my screws I put in too deep, so it's actually cutting into the side of the PVC. So I gotta... Okay, that should fix it. Alright. Okay, now I just put that screw in to hold it in place until it cools a little bit. Now, you see how it's curved? Like I said, this is not exact. This is just a quick how-to video. I'm already at 12 minutes, so it's not really quick, but I don't do cuts and edits. I just show you straight out. I don't do any fast forwarding, anything like that. That way you see any screw ups I do, it's there. I just feel that's a lot better and more honest on how I do it. Taking me a quick drink of my green tea. You know, I'm not sponsored by a particular beverage company, but if they felt like contacting me and sending me like a few cases of this particular beverage, you know, I won't mention the company, but because that's just free promotion on them, but this is what I really like to drink. So, you know, if you guys want to hit me up with a few cases, just, you know, contact me and I'll be happy to give you my address. So now it's still going to be warm. Okay, it's a lot better. So once it cools off, it just takes a couple minutes. See how it's holding now? And so now, and here's the beauty of it all. Alright, so now we have it off. Now there's some marks because of the screws. Like I said, it's better if you have a solid piece. This is just a scrap piece to show you, but there it is. I bent this, and now that it's cooled, and you see there's very little crushing on it. It's just where it bends and stuff, but you still keep that full flow through, so you can bend it in different shapes depending on how you set up your jig. And then when you're ready, watch this. This is the coolest part of it all, okay, because of how the spring is. You take that, ready, and it just slides right out. So there you got your bent PVC piece all together. Keeps the ends nice. If I needed to, I could drop a ball bearing in there and it'd drop right through. And the cool thing is, if you need to rebend, here's how easy it is. Watch it. Slips right back in. Okay, so it's completely unobstructed. That spring, and it's still a little warm, so just be careful. I'm used to hot stuff, but woo, that's a little toasty. But yeah, because that's metal, it's going to hold the heat a little longer. But there you go. That's the easy way to bend some PVC pipe. And like I said, this was just a real quick, nothing set up major. If I was going to do this for real, what you can do is take a flexible piece of wood. It's hard to explain it unless you've done it, but you could take a wood strip around the screws and help hold it in place, and that'd give you more of a flat surface to do that on, so you could actually get a tighter curve. And what you do is, as you do, you could take little clamps and clamp it on to hold it in place around that curve, and it'll be a lot nicer. But this is just a quick how to actually do it. Now, how you want to implement it in your setup, that's completely up to you. So I hope this is helpful for everybody. This is Tesla. I'm signing off now, so y'all have a great weekend.